Hello everyone, welcome to this video lesson. I am Dr. Sathishkumar, teacher of English. Today we are going to learn an interesting play by the famous playwright William Shakespeare. Right? So this is from the first unit of class 10 English. Now we will get into the video lesson. So this play, The Tempest, is written by William Shakespeare. He was a very famous playwright in England. He was born in Stratford upon Avon in England. He was an English poet, playwright, and an actor too. Yes, he was acting in his plays. He was widely regarded as both the greatest writer in the English language and he was the world's preeminent dramatist. He was world's most famous dramatist. His surviving body of work includes, that is, his writings, his piece of works. There are 37 plays. There are 37 drama plays, 154 sonnets. And already we have learned that sonnet means 14-line short poem. So he has written 37 plays and 154 sonnets in English. And 2 narrative poems, or long narrative poems. He has written 2 long narrative poems. The majority of which he penned is written, okay? Penned between 1589 and 1613. So between this period, he has written majority of his works, right? So let us, revise this one. He was an English poet. William Shakespeare was an English poet. He was a playwright. He was an actor, and he was one of the greatest writers in England. Okay, and his works, there are 37 plays and 154 sonnets, that is short poems, and 2 long narrative poems. So the majority of his writings were between 1589 and 1613. So this is all about William Shakespeare. This is a small and a brief explanation about William Shakespeare. Now, let us have a brief note on the drama, The Tempest. The play Tempest, The Tempest was written between 1610 and 1611. This drama, this play, The Tempest, was written between 1610 and 1611. Between these years, this play was written. Many critics and historians believe that it is one of the last plays of Shakespeare. The Tempest, okay, many critics and historians consider this and acknowledge that this play, The Tempest, was one of the last plays of William Shakespeare. And it is considered as one of Shakespeare's well-written plays. Yes, we know well, right? This play, The Tempest, was written, okay, and it was considered as one of the well-written plays of Shakespeare. And one more interesting thing, The Tempest is considered as the mouthpiece of Shakespeare. Actually, critics and historians consider there are 2 plays actually. Hamlet and The Tempest are the mouthpieces of William Shakespeare. Let me tell you later what is mouthpiece of Shakespeare. Right. It is believed that the play The Tempest was based on an actual wreck of a ship called Sea Venture of Bermuda that was headed to Virginia. There is a strong evidence that Shakespeare used elements of the story of the wreck. Okay, so this play is actually based on a true incident. Okay. Yes. So these are some unimportant vocabularies from the play, The Tempest, right? Tormenting. So before learning the summary or story, we should know important vocabularies and its meaning. Tormenting, which means making someone suffer a lot. Torturing. Tormenting is torturing. Dreadful, extremely bad or unpleasant. Dreadful. Duke. Duke, a man of very high social rank, like a king, okay? And deprive, to take something important, Resistance is a familiar word for us. The act of fighting against something is called resistance. Fatigue, right? It's a very familiar word to us. That is extremely tiredness. Vexation, that is worry or anger. Famished, so it may be a new word for you. Famished is extremely hungry, starvation. Voracious, which means very eager for something. Last word, repent, to be very sorry for something bad you have done. Yes, feeling sorry for something, okay, asking sorry for something, that is what? Repent. Now, so before getting to the storyline, we should know about the characters, right? Here, the protagonist of the play, right? What is protagonist? Protagonist is a person, one who leads one who is the lead character in the story. Prospero, an old man, and he was the rightful Duke of Milan. Once upon a time, the story, The Tempest, Prospero was the Duke of Milan. He was the Duke of Milan. And Prospero was Miranda's father. Miranda, okay, Prospero's daughter. And Antonio's brother. Next, Alonso, another character. He was the king of Naples. And very important thing is, he was the enemy of Prospero and father of Ferdinand. So Alonso was the father of Ferdinand. And next character, Miranda. Miranda was a beautiful young lady. She was the daughter of Prospero. Next one, Ferdinand, right? He was the prince of Naples. Look at that. Alonso was the king of Naples. So his son, Ferdinand, was the prince of Naples. Sycorax. She was a witch. You know what is witch? Witch means a person, a particular lady who does the black magics. Let me just put it in Tamil. That is what a witch. And Caliban's mother, Sycorax was Caliban's mother. That means Sycorax had a son. His name was Caliban. Ariel, another character. Ariel was the chief of gentle spirits. So let me explain about Ariel in the story later. Ariel, he was the chief of gentle spirits. And Caliban, so as I told you, right, Caliban, Sycorax's son, okay, he was an ugly monster. So let me show this picture. So this is Caliban. This is Caliban. Look at this appearance. Ugly monster. Yeah. And a son of Sycorax, as I told you. Gonzalo, a very nice character. A kind lord of Prospero's court. And he was the best friend of Prospero. Okay. Next. Now, after the discussion of the characters, now let us discuss the brief outline of the play, The Tempest. Prospero and his daughter Miranda came to an island and lived in a cave. Yes. So before this one, what had happened? Why did they come to this island? Because Prospero was fond of magic. He was studying magic. So Prospero gave power of attorney to his brother Antonio. Antonio, joined with the king of Naples, Alonso, and exiled and cheated, betrayed Prospero. Right? So they both kicked Prospero out of the kingdom. That is why they reached this island and they were living in a cave. Which Sycorax imprisoned many good spirits in the bodies of large trees. Yeah, in that island, Prospero and Miranda, actually Prospero and his daughter Miranda reached this island and they were living in a cave. In that island, a witch called Sycorax, she imprisoned many good spirits in the bodies of trees with the help of black magic, with the help of magic. Actually, I told Prospero was fond of magic. So, with the skill and the help of magic, Prospero released all the good spirits from the trees. And yes, Prospero released these gentle spirits using his magical powers. Ariel was the chief of these gentle spirits. Yes. So Prospero released many good spirits, right? So among those good spirits, Ariel was the chief. He was very loyal to Prospero because Prospero only released Ariel and other good spirits. That is why Ariel was very loyal to Prospero. So Ariel, considered Prospero as his master. Ariel was the chief of these gentle spirits, and Prospero raised a violent storm in the sea to wreck the ship of his enemies. Now, what had happened? With the help of Ariel, Prospero can control even the nature. Prospero can control wind, rain, and everything. So, with the help of Ariel and black magic, Prospero can control anything. So, Prospero came to know that his enemies and also his brother Antonio were sailing in a ship, ship near the island. So, by knowing this, Prospero ordered Ariel to raise a storm in the sea just to wreck the ship. Yes, look, Prospero raised a violent storm in the sea to wreck. Wreck means break. Wreck the ship of his enemies. So, who are the enemies? Yes, brother of Prospero, Antonio, and his enemy, king of Naples, Alonso. Yeah. He ordered Ariel to torment the inmates of the ship. So, inmates are nothing but people who are sailing in the ship. Right? Who are sailing? Let me just tell you that. Antonio, Alonso, and his son Ferdinand and Gonzalo, these people were sailing in the ship. So, Prospero ordered Ariel to torment. Right? We had discussed the meaning for the word torment, not torture. The inmates of the ship, whoever were sailing in the ship, were told to torment by Ariel. Ariel was instructed to bring Ferdinand and the Prince of Naples to his cave. Yes, Prospero ordered or instructed Ariel to bring Ferdinand. Who is Ferdinand? Ferdinand is the son of King of Naples, Alonso. Yeah, Ariel was instructed to bring Ferdinand, the Prince of Naples, to his cave. Ferdinand was the second human whom Miranda had seen on the island after her father. Yes, this is very important. Actually, Miranda and Prospero reached this island when almost Miranda was at the age of 2. At the age of 2, maybe around 2 years of age, Miranda and his father reached this island. So, from that age to this age, now she is a young lady. She had not seen any human face than her father. Okay. Now, Ferdinand was a second human. This is the second time she was, seeing a man than her father. Prospero wanted to test Ferdinand and gave severe task to perform. Yes. Prospero wanted to test Ferdinand of his determination, of his willpower, right? So he wanted to test Ferdinand and gave severe tasks to perform. Actually, you must know one thing. Ferdinand was the Prince of Naples, right? So, prince and the kings, they don't do labors, right? But still Prospero ordered Ferdinand to do some heavy work, some labors. Actually, Miranda was attracted by Ferdinand and had more concern towards him. Yes. Actually, first task was Prospero instructed Ferdinand to collect some woods. Okay, pile of logs, and he just ordered so many works to so many labor. That means a very difficult task to Ferdinand. But Miranda was attracted by Ferdinand and she had more concern towards him. Yeah, in simple way, Miranda loves Ferdinand. She is very caring towards Ferdinand. The king of Naples and Antonio repented the injustice they had done to Prospero. Now what had happened after testing Ferdinand? Prospero accepted for the marriage between Ferdinand and Miranda. Yes. Now we are in conclusion that the king of Naples, Alonso, and Antonio, Prospero's brother, repented. That is, they felt sorry for the injustice they had done to Prospero. Because in the beginning of the story, I have told you that. So, brother Antonio and Alonso, king of Naples, both betrayed Prospero and they both kicked Prospero out of his kingdom. Prospero forgave them and restored his dukedom. Right? Prospero, now what had happened? We were thinking that he would take revenge. But he took revenge in a different manner. He forgave them. Prospero forgave all of his enemies. Prospero forgave them and he restored his dukedom. He became the Duke of Milan. And so these are the characters, right? Some additional and extra characters that we have left here, right? Before that, what had happened in the story as a conclusion? After forgiving all the enemies, Prospero wanted to leave the island, right? So when he was leaving the island, he just released Ariel free. He made Ariel free. Ariel was free and he can be in the island. He could be in the island. So Prospero, at the last, when he was boarding the ship, he just broke his magic wand. I told you he knows black magic. So he had a wand in his hand for magic. So when he was leaving the ship, he broke his wand and threw it into the sea. So this shows that he is going to stop writing. That magic wand symbolizes his pen, right? That shows that he is going to stop writing. He is going to stop his writing career. That is what I told you earlier. This is the mouthpiece of Shakespeare. Yes, the writer, the dramatist William Shakespeare wanted to convey something through his play, right? That is, he is going to stop writing. Probably he thought that was his last play. Yes, so this was the last play of William Shakespeare. I hope you have understood the story and you have enjoyed the story. For the next video lesson, please stay tuned. Thank you all.